I'm going to continue as if I'm going to upload this as a video. So for now, we're going to fast travel back to Sursen. Before we go, I did get another level up. I just want to say that my intention is to always put 5 points into intelligence. It's up to you guys what else you do with yours. If you've taken the Atronach, willpower is completely useless to us. So it might upgrade maximum fatigue, but a lot of our attacks aren't coming from fatigue, and we don't regenerate mana. So we just have absolutely no use for willpower, which means we power up intelligence as fast as possible. I like to add strength to this, not for melee damage, but for carry capacity. Just makes the game feel better. And then my last 2 points are going into agility for my Alpha Strike bows. Once this gets to max, then I may mix something else in. If I feel like I'm taking too much damage or I'm dying too easy, obviously switch to endurance, this kind of thing. But because of the nature of Oblivion and the way I'm probably going to end up going through the game, I'm not convinced that play-by-play, level-by-level guide really helps you out very much, because unless you take every step in the exact way that I make it, it's just not gonna work that way. If you play even slightly different to me, your level experience is going to be different. So I just want to make sure that's said. I'm just gonna clear my inventory out before we set off. Although, I guess while I'm here, I can go through things that I suggest storing. Alias statues you should store. If I remember rightly, starting the quest, you sell one alias statue, and then a collector's going to come to you, and you're going to go ahead and collect them. So like a game-wide collectible. So just make sure you keep hold of those. I don't know if you can go and refine them again if you lose them, so just make sure you're keeping hold of those. Obviously, I like to keep a stash of Woken Stones. Vala Stones, what these actually do is, when you use an enchanted weapon, you use one of these, when you use an enchanted weapon, obviously, it uses charges. When you use one of these, it will restore all of the weapons in your inventory's charges. So, extremely valuable, especially later on in the game when you start enchanting weapons and stuff. So, keep hold of these. I don't think they can be farmed, so they're kind of a one-off thing. You could take the money, it's up to you. And I'm going to say all alchemy ingredients, because you will want to make mana potions eventually, but in particular, you need to keep hold of Nirnroot. This is another quest item. It looks like a poison, and you should be using it in poison, but you want to save them because this is also going to be a collectible that we end up hunting down. I think we need like 30 of them for a quest, so keep hold of Nirnroots as well, and then you won't have a frustration of finding them. With all of that said, I'll probably have to edit the beginning of this because I messed up how I talk quite a lot. But here we go. Let's go ahead and set out on our adventure again. On the road again. So as I'm running around, just in case you guys missed it, I can't remember if I said it in the last episodes because I've not been sleeping very well since this game came out. Well, obviously, we're going to be collecting all of the alchemical ingredients and stuff that we see along the way. I may do a cave, but I'm pretty much just going to skip up to here. That's where we're going to go. We're going to head towards this. If you make yourself a marker above that E, or should I say close towards the H, we will be heading in the same direction. If I decide to do a cave along the way, I decide to do a cave along the way. It's up to you guys what you want to do. I will be going that way to get the Aelid Ruin. I'm not going to walk through the Aelid Ruin. I don't really know why I'm saying that. We're mostly heading north because in this video we want to deal with the Bruma Mages Guild recommendation, which is what we're going to do. So I'm just going to make my way across. Alright, so I went and checked the Aelid Ruin. Actually, it doesn't look like we can get in there. Maybe quest related. So we just continue north. We're going to go straight up to Bruma from here. And then we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves to the Mages Guild. We're actually going to get quite a bit of money for joining the Mages Guild. So it's a very nice thing for us to start doing. So I'm looking forward to getting that started with you. Alright, after a little bit of a journey. I just tagged this. So as I just walked to it. So I've got the fast travel point. I haven't been into the Plunder Mine. We're going to head into Bruma. Being as this is our first time into a city, I feel like there's something I should point out to you, and that is if we head to the church in each of the cities, we can actually get ourselves restored. I don't believe this restores mana, but it means if you get a disease or if something attacks you with a magic weapon later on that drains a stat in particular. So if something says, oh, your intelligence has been damaged, and you'll see on your character screen, one of these will be in red because it's being damaged. If you come over and interact with this and pray, that will take off those negative effects. And I feel like if you've never played the game before, you might not know that. So I figured I'd point that out before we head to the Mages Guild. And of course, there's a church in every major city, including the Imperial City. So pretty cool, actually. You get a reward for being a good citizen, as it were. Now, when it comes to finding the Mages Guild, all but one have that blue sign with the eye on it. There's one that doesn't have it. We'll show that as we go through the different Mages Guilds. The one with the red is the Fighters Guild. It's up to you if you want to explore the city and experience more of its content. All of the cities, they have quests, they have NPCs, like most of them are named and everything. They all have stuff that you can do. A lot of quests are quite cool. They're going to have rewards to them, like everything that you want to do. It's all here. And you have to raise your reputation with the city if you want to buy a home here. And yeah, we're up in the north. This one actually is a starter Fighters Guild quest as well if we head in there. But we're dealing with Mages Guild right now. That's optional stuff you guys can be doing aside to what I'm targeting with my character. So we're going to head on inside. I believe in Bruma. It's the one right in front of here.
Hello there.
Frasterick. It's you. Yes. We want to join the Mages Guild. That's right.
I did.
And I think this is the prank one. This is actually really easy.
Well, of course. This is, if you could.
So we have to find Jaskar. Make sure we exhaust all of the dialogue here just so that the game is as fully updated as you can make it, because we just have things that we need to do.
Please come find me as soon as you've located Jaskar.
All right. So now the task is to go and find the rest of the Mages Guild people. So we're going to put this on. And this is going to make it so that they should have a quest marker. Excuse me. There we are. So now we can follow the marker. We can talk to all of the NPCs within the Mages Guild. There's some other business, but we're going to do the recommendation first so that we have it done. I should have made a save before this as well, actually. But there's Jaskar right there.
Welcome.
We need to talk to this guy specifically.
It's a little too rugged up here. You want to find just... All right, I think I can help with that. And whatever you do, you're...
Okay, let's do it.
That's the spirit. You help me pull off a...
All right, let's do it. Frank.
I'll teach you a spell to unlock things. Her room is up...
And now we have a free spell for unlocking things. Again, let's just exhaust the dialogue to make sure everything is good, because there's no point in making a stupid minor mistake whilst we're doing it. So now we head on back to the previous room. We were going to engage in something naughty and make a save here, because if you do get caught, rejoining the Mages Guild can be annoying. So we're going to head on in. We have the desk. It's a very easy lock. I don't know why we need the lock spell for this, but we do. And take the manual of spellcraft. That is what we are supposed to do in here. Make sure you're in stealth while you do that. There's not going to be anything else that we want in this particular room, so we're going to leave. And then go back to the dude. Where is he? Hello, Volanaro.
Have you pulled?
Yes.
You've got Jean's book, I see. All right.
And now, as he says, we come here after 10 PM. Well, it's currently 7, so let's do that.
Greetings.
Give them a chance to go to where they're going to go to. And now,
ready to find...
Here we are.
Hello, please. Find it.
All right, just having a bit of fun. They're all good.
Too. A pleasure.
So that's all done now.
Good day.
And we go and speak to her. That is the end of this particular quest. Where is she? Oh, she's gone to bed. Oh, yeah, of course, 'cause it's 10 o'clock. Go see her upstairs. Come here, Jean. Give me my first recommendation for the Mages Guild.
Any luck?
Yep.
You and good day.
And that is recommendation number 1 complete. We got a few more. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We got 6 left to do. Really not too painful. It depends on how fast you want to get it done. Now, there is another thing that we can take care of as well whilst we're here. And that is, once we've joined the Mages Guild, there's an opportunity to make a lot of money. Any of these that do not count as stolen are resellable back to the Mages Guild. Usually, ones outside of the shop will not count as stealing. Now, of course, we could steal all of that if we wish to. I guess this one has a bit less, maybe. But we also... that all counts as stealing. I guess this one's just a bit stricter on the rules. Usually you can steal all of the alchemy stuff, and that gives you a lot of money. But I guess not here in Bruma. We'll do it in the next one in Coral. Which is pretty much done. Oh, here's a good example. Look, so we can take these. So in that case, we would only sell the ones we don't have. Okay, so just in case you wanted to start doing your alchemy now, I like doing it later. Obviously, we can start making our own potions. But so just keep one of each. That's all good. But I don't like doing it until we get the master equipment anyway. So that's all finished. Now, one thing before I finish out is this particular Mages Guild is going to become unavailable eventually. So make sure you get any spells that you want from here. A lot of them are restoration type magic, so just bear that in mind, because you do need the base effect of a spell to be able to make your own spell with that effect. So what I mean by that is something very simple. Everybody should be able to do fire because everybody starts out with flare. But right now, if I wanted to make a frost spell, bad example, if I wanted to make a Drain Magicka spell, well, I don't have Drain Magicka, so I can't create my own Magicka spell for that effect. Okay, so collecting spell effects is an important thing for you to be doing as you're going through the game. But that's the Bruma recommendation done. I am now going to be heading to Coral. I'm going in a specific direction because there's one I like to leave till last, and that is the Shadenhall one. This is because I probably can do it. We're having wait now. 60. Probably. See, I'm probably under the weight threshold for it. They're going to play like a cruel prank on you, where they want you to go in this well and pick this 150 kilogram ring up. So I'm going to leave that till last to level it up a little bit. And it's good to make sure we have water breathing and some form of see in the dark before we get there. And going around anti-clockwise, in my opinion, ensures that by the time we get there, we have gotten everything that we need to get to. So I'm probably going to do the same thing we did here. I'm going to set back off from the front gate. I'm actually going to clear this in the break, just so that I've done a bit of content for myself. And then we will use this road to head to Coral. This is what I'll usually like to do. It's my usual route. If I remember rightly, there's a ruin about, I think it's like in line with this little hump in the road here. Pretty sure there's an alien ruin there, so we'll get some Wilkin stones along the way. And we will continue then. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. You'll have to let me know how you feel about it. I'm not even going to edit this, I don't think, because I kind of like playing along in an informed manner like this, but keeping it kind of casual. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it, and I'll see you all again very shortly.